Ladies and gentlemen, let me draw a picture for you, not with brushstrokes, but with words. A moment captured in the stillness of time. There they stand, their feet planted firmly in the same soil, unchanged, unmoved. Their expressions mirror the past, their hearts untouched by the passage of days, and their thoughts locked in the same narrow confines. But time? Oh, time is relentless. It surges forward, dragging the world with it, leaving behind those who refuse to embrace its flow. And so, here they remain, unchanged relics in a world that refuses to wait. Isn't it curious? They believed losing you would be no more than a fleeting sentence in their story. Just a footnote, a brief detour. But now, that one moment has eclipsed their entire narrative. A page they cannot rewrite, a chapter that rewrites them instead. You see, growth is demanding. It asks for courage, self-reflection, and the ability to let go of pride. Yet, some choose the easier road, the one lined with denial, masked by a false sense of control, and littered with excuses. And now, they pace the same circles, wearing down paths they've walked 1,000 times before. While you, my friend, you've stepped off that well-trodden trail and into an entirely new dimension. Do you remember how they laughed when you left? The smirks, the whispers, the dismissive waves of their hands? Who needs them, anyway, they thought. They'll regret leaving us before we even notice they're gone. But notice they did. Because the silence you left behind wasn't just empty space, it was deafening. A void so loud it drowned out their bravado. And in that silence, an unsettling truth began to emerge. They haven't changed. They haven't grown. They're still tethered to the same cycles, while you've soared far beyond their reach. It's poetic, isn't it? They thought they could carry on as if you never mattered, but your absence became a mirror reflecting their own stagnation. They scoffed at your departure, but every time they see you rise, every time your name reaches their ears, they are reminded of the distance you've put between them and yourself. But here's the twist, it's not just about you. Their frustration, their regret, their bitterness, it's about them. They're not stuck because of your success, they're stuck because they've refused to confront themselves. Every excuse they've crafted, every mask they've worn, every shallow victory they've celebrated, it all unravels in the quiet moments when the weight of your absence bears down on them. But you've risen. While they clung to their comfort zones, you faced the storms, broke through the barriers, and embraced the discomfort of change. You've turned the doubts they planted into seeds of strength, the pain they caused into fuel for your growth. You're walking paths they've never dared to tread, opening doors they'll never knock on, seeing horizons they can't even imagine. And here's the beauty of it, you've done it without seeking revenge. Your success is not about proving them wrong, it's about proving yourself right. It's about choosing peace over pettiness, growth over grudges, and self-worth over seeking validation. They wanted to believe they could define you, box you in, and write your story for you. But you took the pen into your own hands and rewrote the narrative. And now, their silence speaks volumes. They thought your pain would echo loudly, that your departure would be marked by chaos and anger. Instead, your quiet strength has left them more unsettled than any confrontation ever could. They try to distract themselves with noise, with new faces, new hobbies, new attempts to fill the void. But none of it works, because you weren't just a chapter in their story. You were the foundation, the turning point, the character who made the plot come alive. Without you, their story falters, stumbling over its own inconsistencies. Let's pause for a moment to consider this irony. They thought they held the power, that they could diminish your light, control your narrative. But your absence has done what their presence never could. It has revealed the truth. Now they sit in the shadow of their choices, haunted by what they lost, tormented by the realization that they were the architects of their own downfall. You don't need to say a word. Your silence is enough. Because while they wrestle with their regrets, you've moved on. You've stepped into a brighter future, one free from their chaos and limitations. They may never admit it, but deep down, they know the truth. They know they undervalued you, underestimated you, and misunderstood you. And now, that realization burns brighter than any flame. But you, dear listener, you've outgrown them. Your journey is no longer tied to their opinions, their judgments, or their approval. You've chosen to live for yourself, to embrace the life they tried to convince you wasn't possible. And that, my friends, is the ultimate triumph. Let them stay where they are, trapped in their cycles, spinning their wheels. You've got brighter horizons to chase, higher mountains to climb, and a life that's too rich and full to waste on looking back. Their regret is theirs to bear, not yours. So walk forward boldly, unapologetically, and with the unshakable knowledge that your story is yours to write. Because, in the end, their stagnation is a testament to your progress, their regret a monument to your resilience. And you? You're unstoppable. This is your time.